Hello everybody, I'm Sean Woolley, Managing Director of Cloud9 Spain. With me today I have Jackie Waters and Debbie Lush, two of my esteemed colleagues, and they're out and about with clients on a probably more regular basis than I am, so they're along here to help me with this topic. I thought today we'd discuss the, is it a thorny issue? I don't know, branded residences. Can't even say it. The main reason we're talking about it is because, well, it's a hot potato anyway. A lot of people, a lot of agents are talking about it. But also we were approached yesterday by a journalist for the Times newspaper in the UK, and they're doing a feature about branded residences, and they wanted my input. So I gave them my two penneth, and I wanted to find out whether that was consistent with what actually you guys thought. Branded residence, for those of you not quite sure what it is, it's where a developer will build out a block of apartments or a selection of villas, and they will partner with a well-known brand, normally a top-end luxury brand like Karl Lagerfeld, like Dolce & Gabbana, like Missoni. Normally it's a lifestyle fashion brand, normally. But we've also seen examples of things a little bit further afield than that, such as car makers like Lamborghini, which of course is all about design as well, but maybe a little bit stretched. So what they tend to do is they tend to say whatever the developer name is, alongside Missoni interiors, or by Lamborghini, or by Dolce & Gabbana, blah, 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 and they price it accordingly as a premium product, and hope that Joe Public comes along and buys it. Yep. And what do we think? Are we all waiting for the Dolce & Gabbana release to go and buy one of their apartments or villas?
As long as I get a handbag with it, yeah, we're all right, aren't we?
I'd like to see
or a Lamborghini with a Lamborghini villas.
I knew this was going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's all about location. I think you're talking luxury brands, you're talking about the Marbella area, the Puente Romanos, the Puerto Banús. I think the luxury items or luxury goods, villas, shall we say, whether it's inspired by or designed by, I think, you know, in those areas, yes, most definitely. I think even though they're more expensive, I think it will sell because it's got the label, if it's in the right area.
They say that, I think the report by Knight Frank recently said that branded residences, you can expect to pay up to 30% more than the product without the brand. Experience, you've had direct experience because you sold Epic by Fendi.
Yes.
Just to clarify that, the Fendi part of it, I mean, Fendi's a very well-known worldwide brand, very high-end. But was it furnished by Fendi, or was it just kind of pieces by Fendi?
No, it wasn't furnished by Fendi. They got their own furniture people in, and we redesigned that as well. But it was the location.
Yeah.
I mean, it certainly was an interesting point, and it drew their attention, but it was the location as well, and the design was pretty good in that project, I have to say.
Yeah.
And was it designed by Fendi, or was it like designs inspired by Fendi?
It was things like handles on the wardrobe doors, had their
The F and the
signature,
square,
things in
yeah.
the kitchen. There was little
Okay.
things around the house that you could say, yeah, that's Fendi.
So if you walked in, you'd know you was in a Fendi property.
Yeah,
So-
but would it sell a property having, you know, a Fendi wardrobe handle? I don't know.
I think to the right person it
Yeah.
probably would, who's literally a brand fanatic.
I think, if you're a brand fanatic, brand disciple, I mean, Fendi, it's Fendi Casa, by the way, but Fendi Casa will have a tribe of followers, people who absolutely love it, and they will collect things. And if they're looking to buy a property overseas, it might sway them to buy that. I think you're right in what you said. It's all about location, and I think what we're seeing is that we're seeing a lot of these high-end brands associated with products in five-star locations. So Fendi Casa with Epic was one of them. Dolce & Gabbana, Design Hills, the Karl Lagerfeld villas in a very similar location, I think will do well because the location is five-star, the brand is five-star, the prices are going to be high, but I think people will want a piece of that action. I think the challenge is for those developers who've partnered again with big names and are developing five-star projects with five-star prices, but in four-star locations.
I agree, yeah.
And I think that will be the challenge as to whether they sell. So whether the brand is strong enough to carry those sales through, or whether buyers go, yeah, we're a follower of Missoni, we're a follower of Lamborghini, but actually we don't like the location.
No.
because it's nowhere near Puerto
Or the
Banús
completion date might be too far forward
Yeah,
of
yeah,
some of the
yeah.
developments.
And the other thing to watch, I think, is how much involvement has the brand had? Because we've seen various forms of this, haven't we? Where some of the associations, it's obvious and it works, and you see, okay, that's a Dolce & Gabbana, that's a Fendi Casa, blah, blah. And then others where you see, okay, how is that associated with the house? So Lamborghini was a good example. Now that it's been explained to me, I kind of get it a bit more. The Lamborghini designers were heavily involved in the design of the house. But at first knowledge, you're kind of led to thinking, is that just a badge?
Exactly.
That's the suspicion, isn't it? And then you think, am I paying an extra $1 million for a badge?
Which really, you are.
Well, I think you've got to do your research. And this is one of the questions when I went to the Lamborghini Villas launch with Dar Global, who are a big Dubai-based developer. It was a very glitzy launch at Puerto Banús. Those things don't impress me anymore. Getting too old. So I just wanted to collar a sales guy and say, what's the story here?
Yeah.
Where's the Lamborghini bit? Where's the, because I know Lamborghini cars. I've never had one. I couldn't get in them. But what's the association? How does it translate? How is that brand translated into the design of the house? Yeah. And that night I didn't get a straight answer, which was a bit disconcerting. But I have had answers since then, and I'm kind of like, okay, I get it a bit more now. But it's certainly something that as a buyer you need to research, and because if you're buying it for a name, you need to be confident that name comes through in the design or the detail.
And the resale, when you go to sell it, this is another thing. Are you going? It's great when it's out there as a new product, and everyone, have you seen the Lamborghini Villas? Well, okay, they've bought it now. We're 5 years down the line. What do? Do you still sell it as a Lamborghini Villa? I would imagine you do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but obviously it's something to take into consideration.
Yeah.
And that's purely, I'm saying that because it's, in my opinion, it's not in the right area. I think the right area for the luxury items and the luxury goods is Marbella.
Golden Mile, around that area, Sierra Blanca. Interesting. What it is good for, I think, is the area, because these branded residences, I've only really seen them in places like Dubai, Miami Beach, maybe central London, rockstar kind of destinations. So to have it coming to Marbella and to have all of them kind of descending on us, you go everywhere now, everything's branded. You've been down to Chiringuito, Puente Romano, it's all Fendi.
Yeah.
You go to
Christian Dior, Cabana.
Yeah, Cabana. Yeah. I think it was Dolce Gabbana, one of them. But so they're all over us at the moment in Marbella.
Perfect place though for them, really.
It's a perfect place for it, and it's a
natural
natural thing. But my advice to clients, and I think we're on the same page with this, is just be careful. Do your research, find out how much the brand is involved, so that you're getting brand value locked into what you're buying, and don't overpay for the wrong location.
And don't just buy it because it's a brand. Make sure it's
exactly that it ticks all the other boxes.
And it's a good build and
more.
What you're getting, are you getting the furniture? Are you getting the wallpaper, the finishes, or are you just getting a couple of basic designs?
Like a door handle, as you said.
And how much you're paying for that privilege of that package of extras, or the furniture, whatever it is, and make sure it kind of works out well.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.